Yeah, everybody, how's it going? My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels, and my wife's virtual background. Isn't that funny? Ha ha ha. Okay. Hey, I know that we usually have. Oh boy, here. Okay. Phew. I know that right now we usually have community impact, but this is a special occasion today. And that special occasion is we are announcing our this month's um wine event tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern and 4 o'clock Mountain, right after the Rev, which is at 3 o'clock 5 Eastern. So please join us at 6 o'clock Eastern, and you can meet Janet from Healing Warriors. What is Healing Warriors? Well, fantastic group, because what they do is they offer free health care to our veterans here in Colorado. We need more programs like this, and we want to be there, and we want to make sure that we are part of what they do. So I beg you to please join us again at 6 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Mountain, right here on the PAC channels, and learn more about Healing Warriors program and meet Janet. I'll be joined by the Goddess of the Great. We'll be having a lot of fun, talking about some really good wines and having a really good time. So I will see you back then. Until now, please enjoy this episode of Ability MKE Now with Sue, Kurt, Emily, and their guest, Dee Innes. So let's have some fun, shall we?
Welcome to Ability MKE Now on River West Radio. My name is Sue Roskoff, and we are here tonight talking about integration of people with disabilities and people that do not have disabilities. That's our general premise of our show. People that are enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area and beyond. We all have different abilities, and here at AbilityMKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities, showcasing and sharing a variety of aspects of ability-related topics. The concept of a disability hits a really wide range of possibilities. We could be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, mental health diagnosis, a goal of substance use reduction, and so much more. The whole concept of disability hits truly a wide range, and we all have different backgrounds in that and different experiences, whether it's personal or that we ourselves have disabilities, or if we know somebody who does, or maybe we don't, and this is a lot new to all of us. There's so many things out there that are relevant to all of us, whether we have a disability or not. There's friends that we have been introducing to the show and bringing in to have conversations with us that have topics that are real interesting to each and every one of us. I'm actually going to pass the baton over to the lovely Emily Gomer to give an introduction to our very special guest this evening, a friend that is new to the show, and we're excited to have a conversation with them. So Emily, over to you.
Yeah, hi everybody. We have Mr. D. Ennis tonight. We met D through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And D is out in Las Vegas, Nevada, and is in the health and wellness business with OxyFresh and all about the vitamins and that kind of thing, and gasoline. And so, Kurt, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, we're looking forward to learning more about this economic solution, for the fuel, and, for those of us that are on fixed budgets and trying to stretch our dollars, this very much is a solution to kind of help that financial issue. And then, other benefits, like here in the cold weathers of Wisconsin, where we're here in Milwaukee. And, so we're going to hear more about that from Dee, but definitely within what our show is all about. Dee fits right in, and we're looking forward to all that. So with that, I'll take it back to you, Sue.
All right, so Dee, welcome to the show. We're so glad you're here with us this evening. Wonder if you could just share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Sue, and Kurt and Emily. Great to be with you. My background is mechanics quite a bit. When I was in Vietnam, I took care of all the flight line equipment, and I know how engines run and why they break down. And as Emily was looking at my webpage, I'm part of a company called OxyFresh, and part of my menu is the fuel enhancer that we I offer through my website. And the reason why I got into fuel enhancement, you might say, what's enhancement? Well, fuel additives are not doing you any good. What you need to do is enhance your fuel so that it meets all the needs of your engine, and so your engine doesn't break down prematurely, so you don't have winter problems. And I'll get a little more detail about the winter problems. And I want to share that with people. That's why I got on the show with you.
That's fantastic, because we're just entering into winter here, and I know a lot of us just, we put gas in our cars, we just go down the road, we don't really think that much about it, and it's just something that we do. But the more we know and the more we can do to do things better for our vehicles and to save money along the way, it's all things that will make a difference for each of us individually. So what more can you tell us about that? I'm all ears. I'm anxious to hear more.
Okay, well, specifically, XP3 is used worldwide by major corporations as Alcoa Aluminum, Pepsi, Coke, Nestle, even Pemex of Mexico uses it exclusively in all their gas stations. And in the northern climates like Wisconsin, you get some pretty tough weather in the wintertime. And what happens with especially diesel fuel, it becomes waxy. It actually becomes the pore, it becomes thick. And that's creates problems with your fuel flow, and your filters will get plugged up. They actually, in the farm implements, the semis, they put a heater on their fuel filters to keep that from happening. So XP3 keeps your fuel running clean and wax free, especially diesel, up to 25 to 35 degrees below zero. So you never have to worry about your vehicle breaking down. And as you add it to the fuel, which you do every time you fill it up, in a vehicle like your personal car, your personal diesel truck, you would add 1 ounce to 25 gallons of gasoline. And gasoline doesn't have the same problems in the cold weather as diesel, but you add 1 ounce to 30 gallons of diesel. And this also gives your vehicle a protection in suspension for up to 5 years. So you never have to use stabilizers. Just using the fuel alone, or the XP3 alone, you stabilize your fuel so that you could actually, like the farm implements and the tractors, the trailers, all kinds of equipment on the farm, they can put XP3 and put it in storage. That spring, it'll start right up. You won't have to worry about it becoming deteriorated during the winter. And so when you're using it in your vehicle, you never have to worry about it. Say you got a not jet ski, they use that in Nevada, but you got a snowmobile or anything like that, it keeps you from breaking down in the middle of nowhere. It keeps the fuel flowing. There's other reasons, but the fuel is a major one, because when your fuel gets bad, you keep cranking it, then your battery goes bad. So that's why I want to talk to people in really cold climates. And you can learn about it and learn more detail just by going to my website, which is www.fuelconfidence.com.
So, and how long has this been around? Because I know I've heard about something like this quite a long time ago, and I'm not sure if it's the same project or if it was a different one. I'm not sure how common it is, but it's something that I know a lot of people have never heard of, and anything we can do to make things work better so we have less issues is a good thing.
Well, there's all kinds of fuel additives. I mean, you can go into the auto parts store and there's shells of them. But what the problem is, they're not completely organic or 100% biodegradable like XP3. I mean, when you're talking organic, we do not have any petroleum byproducts or distillates in any of our products. And when you use it, you actually benefit the environment, because let's say you're using an ethanol fuel, biofuels, and they're made from corn, a lot of them, most of them are, and they've sprayed those crops with glyphosates. And so when you have glyphosates in your crops, and then you use them in the vehicle, you're actually spewing glyphosate every time it comes out your tailpipe, where XP3 actually neutralizes the glyphosates. And you don't have that problem, especially with diesel vehicles. You don't have any soot. It completely gets rid of that black soot. And you use it every time you fill up. It's not like something you wait for your car or your vehicle to go haywire because it's dirty. You use it every time you fill up, or add to you, top it off, whatever. And it's 1 ounce per 25. So a typical order online will give you up to 500 gallons of safety and usage of the XP3. Does that answer your question, Sue?
Yeah, yes, it does. And so how long have you personally been working with this? Is this something you've done for a while?
Well, like Emily was looking at my website on OxyFresh, that's a different business. But 5 years ago, I met a gentleman and he showed me how it would help I had a Ford Power Stroke 350 diesel, and it was starting to get rough running and everything. And he says, put this in it, D. Sure enough, within about 3 weeks, it was running like a top. So I've been using it forever like that. Now, this old gentleman was 89 years old, and I think he passed on, and the company says, Mr. Ennis, would you mind representing us in Nevada? And I said, fine, as long as I don't have to go into any meetings. And I don't get any special dispensation. I just get a little credit for people who do order. And I'm just so happy to share it, because if you've got an RV, if you've got an emergency generator, all these things depend on your fuel not going bad on you. And if you put the XP3 in, your fuel will stay clean and easy flowing, and there's no problems. And I've been, like I said, I've been doing it for 5 years. I've been using I've been on HNP for 3 months now. It's great. I love telling people about how they can, and you save money because your mileage increases in your vehicle. You actually have more power and performance. This is not some marketing spiel. I'm, like I told Kurt, I'm a extemporaneous speaker. I believe in what I'm saying. And if I didn't believe it, I wouldn't be able to say it. And the company backs it up. And on top of that, everybody who orders through my website, we contribute to Truckers Against Trafficking to stop human sex trafficking from those little girls and boys that they're taking advantage of. So I get to help that community, that charity, while helping individuals have more confidence in their vehicle.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I know one thing, a lot of our friends that have a variety of different types of disabilities, I know often expenses end up being high just because of the different challenges that they're dealing with, whether it's, we have friends that have to have specialized vans so that they can get their wheelchair in and out, and all those things are expensive. So if there's a way to help reduce costs along the way, I'm all ears. I mean, that's something that's worth sharing with people so that they understand the possibilities there. So now, and I'm seeing another friend has popped on here as well. So I know I just want to say hello real quick here to our friend Patty, who's been a friend of the show here. And how are you doing tonight, Patty?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Doing real good. So
Hi,
I'm not sure if you and Dee know each other or not, because I know we both have been introduced through our experiences with the Happy Neighborhood Project, and it's a big neighborhood, so I'm not sure who knows each other from the neighborhood. But Patty, do you want to just share a little bit about what you do?
I am a pet and house sitter, and we just recently launched a podcast called World of Pets through Emily and through Kurt. And that airs on Monday night at 7 Arizona time. And Kurt can share whatever he feels about, my own background, but I prefer that we pretty well stay clear of it at this point. Hopefully things will be very clear very soon. That's what I'm hoping. So yeah, I'm a pet and house sitter in the Phoenix area.
So we have friends far and wide on the show here. We love having everybody sharing their experiences and what they can bring to the show here. So with everything here with AbilityMKE Now, actually, I'm going to pass the baton over to Kurt just to see if you had any thoughts you wanted to share at this midpoint in the show here.
Sure. I would like to expound a little bit. Dee, you brought up about through the purchases of the the fuel enhancer and so forth, XP3, that we're supporting truckers against human children sex trafficking. That for sure is a big issue out here in Milwaukee. There's a lot of attention, Chicago through Milwaukee, and then on the way over to Madison and up to Minnesota, the Twin Cities. That I-94 corridor out here is just unfortunately a haven for the crime. Apparently there's some sort of logistical favor to the mischief there and the wrongdoings. You know, so this is very resourceful to connect into, you know, what you're bringing to us here from the truckers side. Can you expound upon that a little bit with your friends that brought all this to you, and, you know, the motivation to be set up that way, and kind of, you know, any more background you have, you know, on this trafficking issue, and your own personal, you know, adventure, how long you've been doing it, stuff like that?
Well, yeah, yes, Kurt. The thing I learned about the truckers against trafficking are, you know, Sue, your thing about how long has it been? Well, XP3 is in 28 different countries. It's been around for 25 years, but we don't endorse it on NASCAR. It's just used corporately, mostly for their actual diesel engines in their ships, their trains, their factories, their semis. And they just started, well, they've always done it, but they never really promoted it much until Global Diesel Innovations, who's the company I work with here in the States. And they are the ones, along with the corporate headquarters in San Diego, that work with truckers against trafficking. And the thing about trucker, I've got several videos. I actually put one in the link. You can go to the video and it explains. And there's actually all the truckers across the United States have an organization. They watch out for these, say, like a dirty little motorhome that nobody's never comes out of, but you see faces in it, but you see men going in and out. These are traffickers, and they're selling girls to these unscrupulous guys. And then what we do is they actually have a call number that you can call for assistance for the children, or we can call and turn them in if we have suspicions. And that's the way it works. It's just a networking group all across the country that works together at these truck stops and in RV parks. I'm an RVer, and we're going to start doing it more in RVs. I've seen these vehicles suspicious looking. The kids are sad and they never talk to anybody. I realize now they could have been part of this sex trafficking rings. So it's a big organization. If you go online, you can look at Truckers Against Trafficking videos, and it explains a lot about it. And, you know, with our open borders we got now, it's getting worse, right? Even all the way to Wisconsin. And so I just so disgusted with it. I have to let people know that most of you probably never knew anything about it, the organization. We just need to be keeping everybody aware and protect these children and get them out of this bondage.
Anything that can be done to help in that it's so needed. It's amazing to me that is happening in the society today, but it is, and it's more prevalent than any of us want to admit. So I'm so happy to hear that your company backs that and is doing big things to make that a better scenario, because it disgusts me. I just can't believe it's
pathetic.
Yeah.
I mean, we just busted a group here in Las Vegas. 90 men a week are going through this one, and it was one girl, and there's people out there who don't have no qualms or any morals at all.
Wow. Yeah. So anything that can be done to help this it's so needed. So actually, Kurt, I'm gonna pop it back over to you again.
All right, so Patty, if you can play into this conversation, we're talking about, you know, fuel enhancement, and, you know, the idea of you know, for different, you know, weather conditions or whatever, that enhancer can help performance that way, and then plus just sheer extension of mileage and stuff like that, an economic solution. Patty, you're a work from home business person, and just want to see what your thoughts are, Patty, on, this concept, this product out in the marketplace that, we can get more miles per gallon. Do you have any experience with it, or where are you at with this whole, product concept?
So I came in the middle of this, and Dee, I applaud you for your efforts along that line. I also applaud you as well, and what you're doing about the trafficking. If I may relate it to animals, animals can't help what happens. And I think in particular about French bulldogs and what they go through to get pregnant. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. The animals can't help themselves. And they're put through a lot. A lot of them are put through a lot.
Yep.
They are, yes. And but people, you would think, they will be in a better position not to do what they're doing. And it's just disgusting, the whole thing. But I applaud you for your efforts. I think it's wonderful.
Well, thank you. As far as the pets, we just voted, our county commission here in Las Vegas voted today to outlaw pet stores that sell
Oh,
dogs,
really?
cats, rabbits, pot-bellied pigs.
Wow.
So we have so many dogs and cats in our shelters. I mean, my dogs are all shelter animals, and we can't keep selling pets to people and never taking any responsibility. The other thing about Kurt was talking about is when you have a vehicle that's got a wheelchair lift, and you may not be a brand new Mercedes, and it's got an old engine, and if you've got an engine that's going to be breaking down in the middle of nowhere, and you're trying to help somebody, especially in Phoenix when it's 110 degrees, XP3 helps prevent that. And if you can't afford, going to get your registration, your smog check, your emission check, and your vehicle won't pass it, you're going to spend an extra $100, $200 to have somebody tune it up, when all they really do is very minimal, because your money's gone. And so we save money more than just with mileage, and it's maintenance free is what you want. You don't want to have maintenance because your car's been neglected, not through your own neglect, but because of the garbage that they're forcing our vehicles to use, like the ethanol and the biofuels. So it's always going to save you money. And the product itself is very inexpensive. It's cheaper than anything you can buy as a fuel additive in an auto parts store. And it's good for the environment.
Thank you for all of that. I applaud your efforts. And Dee, just for the record, in terms of pet stores, banning pet stores, where are you located?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay. Good to know.
They just voted and passed it. And my daughter she does works with Golden Retrievers Rescue, and she's a happy camper.
Good, very good.
So now I have to ask, I know Dee said you have pets as well. What do you have?
Oh, we just got a little rescue dog named Sally. She's about 16 pounds, mix of a Chihuahua and a Terrier. She runs the house.
Of course.
As she should. So Patty, what do you have?
Behind me, I have two kitties, and I have what was described as being a mix, a hound mix. She is actually a Rottweiler mix. But then, what do I know about neighbors? Yeah, they're all rescues. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad that they are outlawing and banning the pet stores, because we do not need any more pets running around that don't have decent homes. So I think it's terrific.
Yeah, we're blessed here to have a rescue as well. So ours is about a 40-pound girl from, I believe it was Mississippi. I had to think for a second there which state she came up from. So yeah, pets make such an impact in our lives, don't they?
Oh, they sure do. And Minnie is adorable. I love Minnie.
Yeah, she's our favorite. So, and Dee, you said that your daughter works with a lab rescue then.
Golden
Golden
retrievers and
retriever,
labs.
sorry.
Yeah, she raises funds for it. She just did a fundraiser. She raised over $800 herself, and she boards them for people, like Patty does. If they got to go out of town, there's no place. They don't want to put them in a kennel. They don't want to put them in a cage. So my daughter, they all get together like one big happy family. But she says that the only problem she has that she has a special condiment in her house called dog hair.
Yeah, that's my trademark. Well, the distinction between your daughter and myself is I don't bring them into where I'm living. I go into other people's homes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because I don't want to set myself up as a kennel, get regulated by the state for doing so. Yeah, I go into other people's homes.
Yeah, pets make such a difference in our lives. I even think about with service animals. We've got several friends that have service animals as well. And I don't know, do either of you have much experience with or exposure to friends or acquaintances that have service animals as well?
No, I don't, not really. Yeah. Of course, there's been a lot of controversy. People are using their dogs just to get good seats on the airplanes. There's always somebody going to abuse the system.
Right. I know there's always that kind of thing that comes up, which is unfortunate because they make it rough for those that actually need the assistance.
Right.
The first pet I ever took care of professionally was a hearing guide dog. And I have sat in and taken care of service dogs at various times. I love how they open refrigerators. But yeah, I that was my first experience was with the hearing guide dog. And yeah, they do a great service for everybody. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I actually work at a university where they have a course on animal. Well, they've got several courses on animal behavior, and one in particular, they are training dogs, and students even have the dog with them in their. Most of them are in their dorm room. In general, obviously, pets are not allowed on a campus, but this is a special program where they're able to do some training, and some of them, I know some of those students are looking forward to in their future careers to be able to train service dogs of whatever fashion, because there's such a variety of needs that people have. I know that they end up being trained specifically for what a person needs. But I want to take a moment here to thank you both so much for being on here with us. Dee, Patty, it's always nice to have friends joining us here and that we can find out more, learn more things that can benefit all of us. So on behalf of Kurt and Emily and myself, my name is Sue Roscoff, and for all of us here at AbilityMKE Now, as always, we thank you.
So that was great friends to the show, Sue, Emily, Kurt, Patty, who we want to welcome Patty and her show, the Pet Show, which got a great announcement that my wife and I, Adrian, we are going to be appearing on Monday night. Like you don't get enough of me as it is. But we're going to be appearing on the World of Pets on Monday night. I'm sorry. Once again, right after the Rev. Got a lot of stuff going on with the Rev. Please make sure that you check out the Rev today. He's got Dr. Joy joining him again today. Wonderful, wonderful lady. If you worry about wrath and wraith and everything, Dr. Joy is a great person to be at. Plus, you know what, being there with the Rev is one of the greatest things I get to do. I love being a button monkey for his show. Hey, they were talking about something that I really want to put out there. Okay, if you have any questions about sex trafficking whatsoever, join our friends at the Avery Center. The Avery Center is all about helping people after they've been trafficked, after they've been saved from trafficking. You can find out more about them by going to their website, theaverycenter.org. And then you can support the Avery Center by attaching any proof of purchase from any community pay it forward verified partners. Sorry about that. Verified partner. You can, well, would you stop that? You can attach any proof of purchase from any verified partner to this job form right here. Let me go on ahead and put it in the comments. Well, I can't do that right like that. So, you know what? I should have done it this other way. But here in the comments, all you have to do is go to that form, attach any proof of purchase, and you can support the Avery Center. Would you like to visit the Avery Center and learn more about them? You can do it by visiting this website, once again in the chat. So, wonderful story was talking about truckers for trafficking or against trafficking. Sounds like a wonderful program. Trafficking, we live in an area where there is a heavy migrant population and a heavy school population, colleges. One of the things that we learned personally by the Avery Center taught me this, being in a place where kids are away from home for the first time. This is where they get got. Not wanting to sound too gangster, but sorry kids, gangsta. Not wanting to sound too gangsta, but that is the truth. Is that when kids are away from home for the very first time, they're looking for friends. They're looking to fit in. A lot of these kids never had to work to fit in before. And so they're in a place where, you know, things just have come natural to them. Well, guess what? They end up finding friends in the wrong places. Megan will tell you about how she was coerced into being a recruiter. Painful memories for her. Megan will tell you about some of the crimes that she was forced to commit by threats of, you know what, we know where we got you. We know where your family is. If you don't do this. So you got to understand there's these kids that are out there that are being forced to do things that they don't want to do. And they hate doing every bit of it. So again, please go on ahead and visit theaverycenter.org and you can learn a hell of a lot more about it than I'll ever be able to tell you. But what these kids, what these criminals do is they send these kids to go out there, and you see somebody walking in and they'll fool them into thinking, because it is so easy to get and this is another thing, you know, you might want to think about this a little bit. Okay, right now it is so easy for us to just spit out information to people who we shouldn't be spitting out information to. We volunteer more information in our lives than we should. Okay, so please make sure that you kind of keep a little bit guarded. Don't spit out more information than you need. When you do that, you can find yourself in a trap. And this is one out there for kids. Okay, look, nobody's going to want an old man like me. Nobody wanted a young man like me. Let's be honest here. I wasn't that, you know, I wasn't a prize back then. And that's a terrible joke, and I shouldn't joke around with that. Look, the truth is, it's a scary, scary world out there right now. And let's protect kids. If you have some suspicion that there's something going on somewhere, call the cops immediately. Okay? Look, you may be smart enough to recognize what's going on. Others may be looking for that attention and unwillingly fall into the wrong place. Okay? This has nothing to do with brains. It has a lot to do with searching for something that is needed in their life, and this is very, very possible this could happen to somebody. So if you're at a Walmart and you see some stuff going on and you just don't feel like it's right, you feel that there's something just wrong about this situation, please call the police and say, hey, can you guys maybe go and check this out? All right. My family, my new family, on their way home at one point in time, they went into a Walmart and they were being followed. I got a granddaughter now. I got 2 granddaughters now, which scares the holy hell out of me. I never had a daughter, so dealing with granddaughters really freaks me out, you know. But very, very beautiful granddaughters, and knowing that there were individuals that were following them around, waiting for her to break loose from mom. It's a scary, scary thought. Okay, so let's please protect each other. If you guys see anybody lurking around, if you see somebody standing by the door, and you see somebody kind of following somebody at a distance, don't approach them. Do not approach them. For God's sakes, don't put yourself in danger. But let's make sure that we're taking care of other people. Once again, folks, the Avery Center, great place to go, great place to learn more about. We will be back in about an hour and 9 minutes with the Rev. Please make sure you check this show out. If you've never seen it before, it's a good time. Reverend Sean Winnington, great guy, funny little roly-poly dude. But then we're going to be on right after that, supporting Healing Warriors program. And I beg you to check this out. Janet is a great friend of mine. She's such a sweet lady. And what they do is amazing, because they offer our heroes free medical treatment who don't have access to it otherwise. So please join us and check that out. And that's going to be coming up at 6 East. Sorry about that. I kind of lost track of what I was trying to say. 6 East and 4 Mountain. You can check all that out, and you can learn more about Healing Warriors and how your purchase of your holiday wines can support such a great cause. So please check it out tonight at 6 East, 4 Mountain. Until then, my name is Zach. Please love somebody out there, because somebody out here loves you.